Thanks for watching. And between the rounds, we are testing. Uh, yeah, we are testing out some streaming stuff because of the Battle Hardened Munich next week. But don't worry, we will have a caster team. We will have a better cam on top to show the gameplay. And this is just using the skirmish in the same location to test out, to gather the people that are responsible for the stream and to just be aware of what can happen and what is how this is going to work, because we all of us never streamed before, so be nice to us, please. And before the next top 8 game is going to start, we are opening some high seas just to don't get you bored, you know. Let's see. It's a very nice puffin hightail box. This is the box I enjoy the most. On a beautiful Blood in the Water playmat. And let's see. Golden tipples. Staple. Not so fast. So this is a box with a Scurf. And the winner today in this BLITZ skirmish is going to win a Marvel version of Scurf, which is beautiful. I can't show you right now because it's at the counter of the store. So let's see what this box. Just checking. Is this fine? Nice. Skyscammer. Now you can tap a cock with Skyscammer and untap it with the new card. A double 0 for 4 with Go Again. Quite nice. And the new Puffin card is quite nice for Puffin as well. Palantir is going up in price. I saw one open today from somebody. He was quite glad. No Majestic so far in this whole box, so maybe that was a mistake to get it, to show you some openings between the rounds. So the game you just saw was an Aurora that was seed 1 against a Arakni Solitary Confinement that was seed 8, and Aurora took the win and continues their streak. Quite good rares. This is, in my opinion, the best rare in Limited, no matter if it's yellow or red. I think to manipulate the top of the deck and swing with a big attack is one of the most powerful things you can do in this Limited format. So we haven't seen too much of Gas yet, but Scuba is one of my favorite Limited cards. I just like to refresh my deck, as I like with Crash Down the Gates, to get rid of the opponent's deck. Playing very defensive in High Seas Limited. This is also one of the better cards in the set. There's the Scurf I talked about. Because Not So Fast and the Scurf are always in the same box. I think that's the case. And we really got one. Is this the only one Majestic? And oh no, this is not the half of the. This is not half of the box, but quite few Majestics so far. Hopefully there's some more Gas in there, or we get Cold Foil Heart of Fienda, right? In the end. So that's like Flying High is the Skirmish promo in Extended Art, micro text box. quite a relevant generic card, I guess. And what else do we have here? Majestic would be nice, but still, there's one in the expansion slot. Okay. we are not getting scammed. This you can buy booster packs here next week at the Battle Hardened, and you will not get scammed, as you can see here. That's a gold baited hook in rainbow foil, but there's no cold foil in the set anyway. The only way you get to the cold foil baited hook is in the treasure packs, so that's why this is rainbow foil, but quite a good hit. Florian, full fiddler screen.
Hook.
AKA Young Tackle was in. He's joining the audience. What? Okay, so he's he just mentioned that he's the 100th subscriber of the channel, and what does he get for it? What are you playing? Puffin? You get a Cockwork Stufftail, maybe? Alright. Yeah, sure. Yeah, no worries. The 100th subscriber, of course.
Best channel.
I mean, if you play Puffin, you maybe already have a playset, right? So that's quite a bad gift, I guess. Give no quarter in the normal version. There's an extended version, and the extended version is the rainbow foil version, the normal rainbow foil version. But if you if you saw the video I uploaded this week from Copenhagen, you know why I'm so happy right now. Hey, Copper Cog, they are not easy to get. I experienced that myself. I managed to get 25 Copper Cogs in a whole weekend, and one of them was cold foil, and you can win the cold foil Copper Cog I got in Copenhagen next week on stream, on the Battle Hardened Munich stream, depending that it works. I hope. No promise here, but if everything doesn't work, don't be mad. No, I think it will be fine. And it will be better than today. We learned a lot today. Salt waters were really good. But so far, yeah, we got a legendary, so and we got a Copper Cock, so I'm not complaining. I am not complaining, and also Give No Quarter is, I think, one of the more expensive Majestics. And do you know when, Toby, the next game is going to start? Top 8?
They have been starting now.
Ah, yeah. Can
We
you?
have the finals after.
Oh, well, you can send.
You can? Okay,
Yep.
I think they are already playing.
Oh, no.
So I didn't know how much they seemed ready to be.
Conqueror and Herald. Just get 2 people here to play here.
I don't think they will stop the game now.
Ah, no, oh, they already playing. Not. Oh no.
Sorry about that.
So that's bad.
But we can have the finals anyhow.
Yeah, the finals you will watch here, but that's quite bad.
I'm sorry.
I wanted to.
Yeah, they were unstoppable there. I couldn't hold them.
Oh man, who's in top 8 then? Top 4, yeah.
So we have Matthias facing Jonas.
Yeah,
and
Matthias
Duke
facing
Conrad.
and Duke facing Conrad. So
The finals is going to be anything between
what heroes do we have?
Aurora.
Yeah, we saw winning.
Jonas is KO.
Aurora against KO.
Then we have Conrad on Dromai facing against Duke on Florian.
Okay, Dromai against Florian. Okay. Quite nice. It was a good display.
Yeah. I would have loved that to start.
The start of the season. We would have loved it, yeah. Yeah, the Conqueror. I opened at the start of High Seas. I opened a case and I had no Conqueror.
Yeah. In my displays, no hook, no conqueror. I had like the best puffin tool ever, but I'm a gravy player, so.
I don't know if they can hear you. But yeah. Oh man. Okay, so they are already in the game. How can we? How can we manage to get them stream? Because they are somewhere over there, right? Let's see how far they progressed and. So no chance of getting the top 4 matches here, obviously, because when I tell them to move, there could be cheating in the meantime or something. So yeah, let's open the treasure pack and hope for the cold foil Heart of Fiat. And gladly we are watching some BLITZ games right now. So BLITZ is. It will be over very soon, and then you can see the finals here. Alright, let's see. There's a Copper Cock marble, a Golden Cock, sadly, no Copper Cock, puzzle piece, and this is going to be a Battalion Bark in blue. So not a bad one, but no James White signed card. I think the card that is still available is the Heart. I think the Eye was opened already. The Shiana was opened on the world premiere. I think, yeah, a lot of really good cards are already gone. Shard, I think, wasn't opened, but I'm not sure. Don't be mean if I was wrong, if I'm wrong. Okay, so we wait until the final starts, and please bear with us and see you in the final. Oh, what an intense game. I'm so glad we managed to get it on cam. Both of the top 4 games. And yeah, sorry for that. But during the pause, we thought it's maybe good to take a phone and walk a bit through the venue you will experience at Battle Hardened Munich next week. It's quite a big venue, so that you already saw now. If you're from outside of Munich, you already saw some impressions what is going to happen in this beautiful place. It's an escape room in this venue too. And yeah, we are starting with the final in 1 or 2 minutes, I guess. Thank you for watching, and yeah, nothing more to say.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for sticking around with us. If you hear my voice for the first time, it has not been heard on this channel today or any way before today. My name is Toby. I am the community guy of the store Countdown Spielewelt, where we are playing today our skirmish event, and of course next week our Battle Hardened Munich, which we are very proud of. So I hope you might like my voice or get used to it, because it should be the voice that is casting and guiding you through the Battle Hardened on next weekend, which I hope you all are going to like to watch. And without further ado, we have the finals to present to you. The finals of our skirmish today. It is played in BLITZ format. Do not be irritated by this adult Cindra here. It's a Rainbow Foil promo, which our finalist likes a lot. So don't be confused. We are playing Young Heroes. This is BLITZ format. He's still only playing a adult Cindra because he likes it. And he's facing off against our very Dromai, which has been making all the way to the finals. We have been starting with a lot of Dromais today. Compared to 22 participants, I think we were like 3 or 4 Dromais, I'm not 100% sure. But still a lot of Dromais for a field that is not that big and for a skirmish where she should not be that good. But still, with a lot of passion and a lot of players that have been playing her for a while now, we pushed one of us to the finals. I was playing Dromai as well. And so we are very proud that on the Staff of Sandikai channel, in true Dromai and Volkor flavor, we have a Dromai in the finals and we have a Volkor only finals, which we are about ready to be starting now. So I will just give my okay and sign to the players. The players can start the game if they like. Oh, okay, so I have been told that I am rushing things, which I will not want to do. That's Cindra's part. So I can say, to hype you up a little for next weekend, we are planning a lot of goodies for the stream that will be given away to lucky viewers. I think Freddy has been teasing those as well before. But of course, we will not reveal all the spies we have yet, which will spoil the surprise. And all I can say is, for us, it's a very great honor to have you. It's a very great honor to be able to stream this event. It's not like every Battle Hardened is streamed, I think you guys might know. And it has basically been just a quick idea of ours to say, well, we kind of have the stuff, we kind of have the need or the fun doing it, so why shouldn't we not try streaming this? And so far it has been working out surprisingly well. I mean, of course the stream was doing some weird things which we couldn't explain, and some technology issues that we had to solve before, which I think, if they are honest, even the official LSS stream has sometimes, so should be expected, I guess. But I would say, considering that I can now talk to you in real time and we can enjoy this final together when it gets on the way, I would say it's a pretty successful test. And we thank you for being with us on it. We hope you got some kind of enjoyment or gameplay you liked out of it, or you just enjoyed Freddy's great box, which he has been opening before, of High Seas, which had a Conqueror and a Rainbow Foil hook, which is more than most people would have asked when they opened their first High Seas box, I would say. For me personally, I was really hoping to pull some gravy stuff, like many of us might have, and I got like the perfect puffin stuff and no gravy at all. So having a Conqueror and the hook would be very advantageous, or would have been advantageous for me at least. Sadly, I had to trade that stuff instead. But it worked out in the end. I am very happy playing gravy today. A bit afraid of the bans, as any gravy should be at this moment in time, but they will not affect me too much, because since I am casting the Battle Hardened here at our home town of Landsberg am Lech, which is still named Battle Hardened Munich, I can only say that I will have the pleasure to enjoy from the sidelines and see what gravy players will come up after the bans have hit, or if there are going to be any, you know, you never know, and still not, keep myself out of trouble a bit and just enjoy the event that is so special to us, because we do not take it for granted. We do not know if it will ever return, but we will try to make it as monumental as we can. We have a very high participation rate, which we are very proud of, and we want to keep the spirit going like that, and therefore hope that the event, due to its success, will maybe spread some positive feedback that might lead to us getting more events in the future. But that's very distant future. Of course, we will not be cocky about this and say, look, this was one great battle hardened, we should have callings and stuff now. We are realistic on that, so yeah. Let's see, it's not on the books yet, so we will do our very best to make it happen. Yeah, as you can see, the spices on the table, some of the, I must say, some of the players of the earlier rounds have been a bit better equipped for their heroes. We do see a Rig the Embers playmat on the Dromai side of things, but Legendary Krosham, which is a very awesome playmat, of course, I do not think that the Legendary Krosham grows in Volcor, so let's see if that will hinder the luck of our Cindra player, but for now we will have the game on the way. And we will see what our heroes are presenting equipment-wise. So far, I would say no surprise on the side of our Dromai basic equipment. I cannot fully see what Cindra is bringing, but knowing Cindra, we all know, I would say there should be a what would you call it, Dragon Scalar Flight Path in the foot slot, and also a Blood Spattered West in the chest slot. I think I can see the Mask of Momentum on the head of Cindra, and of course Flick Knives, as we all should know, facing off against Dromai's standard equipment against probably any matchup. I do not change that equipment in any matchup. Has been working out great so far, and we do see the most standard Dromai turn 1 play right away, Kraken Gold, making Ash, just to get it on the way, and now you have the Ash to actually play the full value of this Rake the Embers, which any Dromai should. So, let's see how he chooses to handle the Ashwings he is making here. I mean, considering he's playing against a ninja hero, means that he will be probably very safe, just attacking it all. And let's see how reluctant the Cindra might be on blocks, because it's of course turn 1, but that will mean that the Cindra will of course draw up. But what is she losing while doing that? Is there any cards in her hand that she really likes to keep around for the next round, or is she just happy to give it all up? So far it has been blocks, so valuing the life over having maybe the perfect hand, or just filtering or getting rid of a bad hand maybe. We do not see it fully, we can only assume, but I am sure we will see once she get in action. And yeah, so first damage taken, so at least 3 cards are liked by our Cindra player. Another damage taken, should be a good hand then. And now we have a crack for another Ashwing coming in here, so really trying to put the clock on, which I think is also something every Dromai should do, probably because Cindra is not giving you too much time. She's trying to run you down as fast as possible, and especially the Cindra playing here, which is Jonas. I have been playing him for my whole Flesh and Blood life, and he's always keen on finding the most power line, like how much damage can you push in a turn. And when someone finds the maximum damage line, it will be him. So I think he's just aiming for as much damage as possible, maybe ignoring the Ashwings entirely if they cannot just provide him with a trigger of the Mask of Momentum or some other valuable on-hit, which he can use for his maximum damage output. But let's see what he decides. I think, of course, Ashwings are not the best target for an attack. You will almost always lose value on that attack here. But I think this Ignite should be fine. So yeah, not too much value lost here. There we have another attack of the dagger, which makes sense. Now getting rid of 2 Ashwings without using a resource from hand so far. So I think this should be a must hit for... No, he's trying his luck. He's trying to push the 4 for face, making Dromai block. I think it's risky for if he really wanted to take the mask, because as we see, you can just put in the Dragon Scalars and block it out fully. But I assume this was not his plan to begin with, as he's considering the flick now, I think. Or I don't think it's the Dromai, maybe it's the Dromai is pondering on the blocks. Yeah, she thinks she wants to redo it maybe, because she's pulling back the Command and Conquer that would have already hit the combat chain. But today we all know Skirmish is a casual format, so we will not be too strict on what has been put on the table so far and whatnot. And those guys know each other very well. I think they will always find a solution for stuff. And so should be smooth sailing gameplay-wise. And we see the full block from Dromai, the flick from Cindra. So we can say Cindra's plan has to be in just keep the chain for the Mask of Momentum alive. That's probably why she's decided to attack face, because she was planning on flicking anyhow. And now the question, do you arsenal your last cards in hand? Oh no, it's 2, so you probably will send 1 more. And then the question is, do you go for the safe mask now, losing value? Or do you risk it, but then maybe get blocked out and don't have any masks whatsoever? I think it will depend on how much he likes the card he has left in hand in the arsenal. And now he's putting something forward. Ooh, hot on their heels. So I didn't quite get the target, but I think it's going face, trying to get rid of some more cards in hand for Dromai, which makes sense to me, because you cannot let Dromai build up too much in the early game. You need to try to force some cards out of her, because if she's just playing full value, it can get dangerous even for a Cindra maybe, because it is Blitz after all. Dromai's damage can stack up here much more quickly than she could in CC. And ooh, just getting a little bit of a charade here maybe, because using Cindra would normally, at least to me, signal that you want to pick up the dagger and just arsenal. But now he's picking up the dagger before and now sending in the snatch. Of course, it's not a draconic attack, so it should be before maybe. But still, I would not have guessed that something is coming after that. So gets the draw, therefore gets the arsenal, and is now set up with a 5-card hand for next turn, which can be very dangerous for Dromai, because 15 life total, as anyone who has faced the Cindra before, is something that she can eat up in a turn. I mean, Katsu would be worse, but it doesn't mean that other ninjas can't do it as well. And now, though, there's the classic Dromai comeback or go high or go home line. Here's the reason why we all put that draconic head, the imperial crown on our head. We want to play that tome, we want to read that book, we want to get smarter, and while getting smarter we want to get some dragons on the board and make some ash. And let's see how it works out for him here. We all know these hands can be quite punishing if you do not pull the right cards. You most likely want to see dragons, get more dragons on the board to have more dragons than your opponent can clear. That is a tall ask against the Cindra, of course. But now here's one dragon that should help him quite nicely. It is a Caloria, which will mean that he will attempt to draw a card of the attack. And let's see how the sequencing will go. Valuing the Ashwing damage before the draw, so maybe just happy with what he has. I think he will probably now use the card in Arsenal because he likes that. So he can just get the card he draws and puts it back in Arsenal again. Because at least for me, if you want to make your turn depend on what you draw, then you would probably send in Caloria first, as far as I'm concerned. But that's just how I would do things. Now here's a full block, respecting the potential draw of Dromai. Thinking maybe as well that the Dromai might try to use the arsenal now to deny the new arsenal. And since we do see a Dragon Scale of Flight Path activation here, it's another Caloria hit, so or a Caloria attack at least, so trying to really make that out of arsenal back into arsenal play happen, to not lose any value and be fully handed like Cindra is trying to be. And a 5-card hand, which I think is fine. You need to try to somewhat compete against what Cindra is doing. We all know how ridiculous the numbers of Cindra can get, like Dromai can only under certain circumstances really challenge her. But you have to try, at least, you know. Everyone knows that some plays are not good, but they are better than nothing. And so that's probably what she's trying to just not fall behind. And let's see how much, you can see by how much time he takes to consider it, the Cindra is really pondering what she's giving up here. So what can she send back? How much is on the return end here? And yeah, it can be quite challenging now for Cindra, because you probably want to take the damage here, but what do you give Dromai in return? And as far as I can tell, I would have played the line he's playing just to have a good card from Arsenal to finish the chain, and then have another card in Arsenal for next turn to back it up, or hopefully draw something good to then Arsenal again. And that is quite the consideration. And also we are looking at 2 resources floating and an arsenal on the side of Cindra. If this were to be a command and conquer, that could be a really punishing play now, because if he blocks it out, you can just send in the command and conquer and take the arsenal as well. And that's 3 cards taken. So at least if he doesn't want to give up equipment, which I don't think he will at this point, because there's too much value to be had. So yes, two cards from hand go into the chain. And is it a command and conquer? Not really. It is a 2-cost 6 power attack, But let's check. Has Dromai been playing attacks before? I think he wouldn't show if he hadn't. So let's see if he has that nice dominate dice for us. Players are discussing it, but he did not show dominate. Let's see how much cards he's going to draw up again. If it's 5, he's cheating. No. If it's 5, he has been making that on-hit work and nourishing emptiness head dominate, and he can draw an extra card. But I'm counting 4 cards if my eyes are correct, so it was just a 6, which is good damage. Look at Cindra's 9 life points over here. But it's not lethal or something, and he couldn't make the use of the effect of the card. Now, Cindra doing the classic cleanup duty, getting rid of Caloria, making sure that no extra value and no strong turn starter can carry over to the next round. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't feel that great, but you have to do it, because imagine what Dromai's turn could be if you were just to leave it there. So now going back to a 5-card hand, but having to tank whatever Dromai is throwing at you. And at 9 life, that can also mean on the side of Dromai that it's enough damage, because if he's going to play that sweeping blow, which he has been showing or flashing before, that's already 5 damage on the combat chain as is if you use the 2 Ash Wings, and Cindra is not pulling a popper out of her magic hat. So it can get quite spicy now, because 4 more damage, which there's a lot of 4 power attacks everyone should know in Dromai. We have Scar for Scar, we have Ravenous Rabble, we have Snatch maybe even. There's a lot of good for power go again. Oh yeah, missing Blaze Headlong of course. So getting 4 more damage here could be easy, depending on Dromai's hand. And that has to be bugging the Cindra right now, because that's not something you want to do, defend against lethal already. That can spell doom for any Cindra, because she cannot carry over her aggressiveness, her power of the turn. Ooh, and now we see an Azvolai as well. And considering what I think that Cindra brought to the table here, I think there should be no AB on the side of Cindra. And that means that arcane damage is actually going to be free now, which will be 1 damage per turn, which is just not interactable now. And I get why Cindra would do that. It's a race probably, you can probably push ahead. But you will of course inevitably die to the arcane curse if the game goes too long. Yes, okay, no, sorry, I just missed there's a dagger on her side, of course. She can use the Vincerakai dagger to prevent and get back all the time. It's a very new card. Alright, so we now have just Dromai coming in, taking action points as he does. He's very good at his job, because he even does it when he dies. Whose employee or who himself can say that I will probably do my job even when I die? So Dromai should be a workplace example for all of us. Yeah. And we have a block accordingly, because Cindra really needs to start valuing her life now. Let's see if she will use the dagger to prevent the arcane damage coming from Azvolai. I think it will depend on how many Draconic Chainlinks she can assemble next round, so she can get back the arcane damage, or does she have to risk it now in order to not brick the dagger and then not have it in the future when it might be getting lethal. Let's see what the Cindra decides here. So yeah, we have prevented the arcane damage now, and are now looking to block the physical coming after it. Best Rosetta feeling ever. Rosetta Thorn, of course, the legendary Runeblade weapon, which has been paining so many players in the past. Giving up a Snatch for it. Not the best deal you can have, but better than going to 5, maybe. Depending on what Dromai can pull off here now. But it's getting really harsh for Cindra now, because 15 damage is a lot. He would probably need a full hand to present lethal here to make Dromai block again. And that full hand is probably never going to come again, because the damage that Dromai has on board now can probably threaten lethal as it is, and we do not know her cards in hand yet. So Yeah, it's getting. Yeah, it's not lethal on the board already, but you know, any card from hand would do. And so far, Dromai has not been losing any card from hand. Here comes 5 now, which will probably get a fealty token at the end of it if she doesn't block while being marked. This can be scary, of course, for the late game because you cannot prevent the damage that is coming from the out of the dragon fire if you have already used your quell effects. But that is a long way down the road, considering that the Dromai is at 14 already, and she also is valuing her life and blocking out here, using the full value of the furnace for a nice block, which can once again hinder the plans of Cindra to get back into this game. And 14 life, while now, oh yeah, here comes the go it and again attack that will always start off a good turn, and I am thinking, I know that we have seen some blues on the side of Dromai before, so getting in a little bit of a risk there, but I think like he's probably playing, because he does not to get rid of Phantasm, he's maybe playing like 2, probably even 4 if he would be really into it, blues, and they are very unlikely to be found off this Ravenous Ravel, so can just use it for its full value like all the time. And that's what I mean. You see Cindra blocking with a Lava Burst here, which is exactly the kind of card you want to have if you want to go over the top and challenge your opponent's 14 life points. Losing that is, of course, not the worst turn that can come out of that, but it's the over-the-top value, over-the-top damage that you will need to challenge 14 life on your opponent on the spot, so that you can actually have a chance of getting back into this game. And now considering on this Chromai again, they're doing his job as always, making the 2 action points. Yeah, I do not know if there are any poppers on the side of Cindra whatsoever, which would also, of course, lead to a lot of trouble in the late game when the dragon chain just gets too big. And that's probably, once again, the kind of mechanic that has been changed for Gravy, because any board state hero that can just use the full value out of his board by just playing 1 card is pretty damn good, as everyone should know who has been through the Prism, the old Prism and the classic Dromai days. I'm saying classic because we all know that the new Dromai is around the corner, just somewhere. We are truly believing in it. She will come, believe me. But I think, on an honest note, as a Dromai fan, I think the game is good enough with Gravy as a board state hero. We all know how hard board state heroes are to balance, and we should probably not lean too much into them. So having a new Dromai, probably a powerful one as well, could be very harmful to the game. So I think it's a good decision to keep her around for some time. And the combat chain continues. Mask of Momentum has been sacrificed, which is also, again, a very important tool to climb that hill of life points. But it's just necessary at this point, and now we have to block another 4 power Scar for Scar as well. Sent in last at the last card of the combat chain, because of course we all know Dromai is far ahead, which will mean you can never get off go again here anyhow, probably. So yeah, let's see if Dromai can remember to do the to keep around the burn them all, but she's doing fine now. And let's see what Cindra wants to do with a 1 card in hand. Getting rid of Chroma, I think, is a good choice, because Chroma can give go again to 4 power attacks that would not have go again regularly, like Dust Up, for example. And that is a very important thing to do then, because this is one of the dragons that can absolutely steal the game. So keeping it clean as far as the Cindra can still. Oh, but that's a mirror guy. Not that it will matter too much in the matchup, but I just think like any Dromai player will have a sigh of relief when knowing that your precious dragon is safe on attack. You can have that feeling all day. Maybe I should have landed my marvels to the stream so we can all enjoy the glory of those dragons. But I have been missing out, so for the Battle Hardened we will do our best. If there were a Dromai to be legal, we will of course ban the player, but also give him the the marvels for the stream if he has to play it. And there we have another Yanderai attack now coming in without Phantasm, which is what you always want to have on this precious dragon, because he represents just so much the life points that you gain from him. Forcing a block out of Cindra, of course, now at 1. She's getting Kadashi locked. like 1 damage is enough to kill her now. And I see at least 1 more attack with 3 cards in hand. But she will have to at least clear 2 dragons next turn if she wants to keep the board clean and not be overrun by the overwhelming value that will come out of Dromai now. So yeah, really hanging on by a thread here. She does not have her dagger as well, which means if the Dromai is to remember to pay the cost to keep the burn them all around, it's just game on the next attack of a dragon next turn. So Cindra would now have to clear all the dragons on board. But let's see, that's the crucial moment. He's remembering it. Yeah, there's the race counter on burn them all, so he will keep around the burn them all. And that will mean that if Cindra is not to play some magical attack all allies at once card, that there will not be enough removal for all dragons on board, which will mean the first attack of dragons in the next turn will just be game, unless Cindra can now put together a combat chain that will have enough draconic chain links to get back her dagger. But since she has only 2 cards in hand, I think that's not enough. So yeah, Cindra looking a bit wary, not knowing what to do, which is very understandable, of course. And let's see how the Dromai will finish it out. Is that a tome even? Ooh, it's a tome. Getting in stun with style. Let's see if we will maybe see a legendary dragon to the end. I think it should be a bit of a tall ask, but one can dream, you know. We are on Spice of Sandikai, of course, so having a legendary dragon finish the game would be more than fitting and awesome and everything that Volker can accomplish in one lifetime, so let's see. Oh, but we have the classic. Here's the guy again that does his job still while dying. Dromai, the employee of the month. And he will do what his boss is telling him, and that is attack for free and sending him to the Shadow Realm with arcane damage, or what is going to happen? That is another Rake the Embers. Wow, Dromai really showing off now. Getting all the Ash Wings ever. So let's just have a quick math. So if the combat chain were to resolve fully, we're looking at 4 Ashwing damage, plus 3 from Komai, plus 3 from the Yanderai, plus 1 arcane. So we are looking at 11 damage, with not counting the Blaze Headlong, and that will be the game, of course. So I hope you have been enjoying our finals. Dromai will get some Living Legend points for the Blitz format here at our skirmish in Landsberg and the counter on Spielewelt. So we would like to thank you very much for watching our stream, which has been a bit of a new thing for us. We tried everything to make it work for you guys and hope you enjoyed it as well. And of course, we will dearly invite you to come back to and visit us next week on Saturday at 9 a.m. Sorry, of course 9 a.m. We start early, it's a long tournament, and we want to have you to get all the action that we have been preparing for you, all the awesome stuff that we have on offer for you. So I hope you are surprised, I hope you are excited when we get to the stream, and I hope you like me as a caster and I can see you again. And we wish you all the best of luck for the next week, and hopefully we will see each other next weekend. Have a great day and see you soon.